Hey, what's up? It's Love Toy Shit. I'm here with Golden.
Hey y'all.
With Love Golden. We're out here.
We out here.
Davie, Florida.
Davie, Florida.
Yes. And we sat here and we talked for a little bit. And for one, like, she attracted me with her shirt.
I wore this for her.
Aww.
It's the whole shebang, yeah.
It's an energy
It goes
thing.
with the whole thing. So, and that's what I spread, that's what I bring. So it's just perfect.
For sure. And I definitely feel like along with what we're spreading, our energy is really a lot of the same things. Like, we reflect a lot of the same. I don't like it. Let's just go with it. Like, let's go with it. I feel like my words is like just kind of.
We know we're saying it right in our head. It ain't coming out right.
I'm thinking too fast.
Okay.
But really, she quit her job. I quit my job. That's just one thing. I feel like right now what we're pushing is just not only just what we have as crafts, but we're really just trying to push a positive vibe. And I feel like that's really gonna take us far. You want to express what you do?
So what I do is, other than spreading love with everything I do, I create a lot of different things. I love the kitchen, so I've had a love for cooking since I was a kid. I got into bartending because of my mom. You turn 21, you get into drinks anyway. So all of that just kind of came to purpose for me. It was like everything I like, just because I love it, I felt like it was like a purpose to me. So I had to find a way to fudge.
It's okay.
I had to find a way to how to get it out, like not just cook at home, cooking dinner. Like, how do I cook? How do I share these things? How do I cook for people? How do I make a drink for other people? How do I make it interesting? So what I do is I make Jello shots. I make like alcohol popsicles. I meal prep for kids, for adults. And I cook a lot of random vegan meals. Like, I try to eat. I'm more on the healthier side now, so I just try to promote healthier lifestyle. Everything is in moderation, so I don't just be like, go vegan, but I do, I can recommend some pretty good vegan meals and snacks and such, because I have just experienced those things, like just trying to make them and try them out. So yeah, I create. I like to paint too, so that's like a hidden thing that I figured out I can do. I do music. I like to write. There's so much within that. It's just why not at least try? You can't try really give your all into those things if you're at a 9 to 5. So,
and that's so funny that you mentioned that, because I feel like with this entrepreneurship that a lot of people are kind of stepping into, is also allowing us to see all our many crafts and how we can really not only like push it out, but actually market it and make it a business. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, with just taking and I've had to learn how to formulate that into like a music, into a book, into like all type of aspects. And I feel like if I were like in a 9 to 5 and that confinement, I wouldn't even have the need to want to push it in so many ways to reach out to so many people. But on the real though, it's hot. Like, I feel like this is just I'm glad that we get to capture this moment, and I feel like it's so much that we could talk about that I don't even know where to start. But before we started, like, I don't even know what made her bring it up, but we spoke about generational curses, like literally right before I clicked
before she clicked record, yo.
And if anybody know me, y'all would know, like, since I first started making these interviews, that I've been wanting, like, that was a topic that I wanted to touch on, you know what I'm saying? But it never happened. What is generational curses to you?
Man, it's breaking them to me. It's not doing what's already been done. It's not even, super humbly speaking, but just being better than the last. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of military people in my family. I don't really have college graduates. There's few high school graduates, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that have been with the same job since they were like 20. They're going to retire with this job. They're depending on this job. They're depending on that 401k after this job. I don't want to depend on none of that. I don't need to depend on none of that. Being at a job and trying to save up to even invest in my business, it hasn't been much of a difference than when I actually leap with the little savings that I got. And then, so because I have taken leaps of faith and I've ignored these voices of other people and the voices that are even in my head, I have learned for myself that, just take a leap. Whenever something doesn't feel right with me, don't listen to what anybody else says. Just, kind of make that decision for myself and make sure it's the right decision, give it clear thought, but just kind of go with it. I'm not much of a planner, so I do take leaps of faith. I've been like that since I was a kid. So to me, it's my mom is with a great company. However, she's totally okay with retiring. My dad was in the Marines. It kind of messed him up mentally, and he lost a leg like last year because of things that did happen 30 years ago. So it's just like putting my life on the risk for a job that would replace me, for a military group that may mentally mess me up for life. My dad's seen people get heads blown off. He's like mentally like fried. Like he has a lot of problems now. And granted, we can get help, but these are things that just can be avoided. I don't know. To me, it's definitely just leaving something that is bigger, creating something bigger than me, and having something to leave behind for generations to come.
And I believe that it's just so beautiful that once you take those leaps of faith, that it will like show you that it is necessary. So far, I mean, like you said, people could be pushing like, okay, you're not working, you're going back to school, like what exactly are you doing? But I love that there's so many of us doing this to let me know that this is like a new thing, that we're breaking generational curses. We might be creating some as well. I'm not trying to make it seem like we out here as perfect as it should be, but I feel like the fact that we're willing to take that risk, working a 9 to 5 for your whole life, for certain that for certain what that structure is going to be. And a lot of times that it's going to be something that's unhappy, because they're training you to be something that is not naturally what you will want. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if you like your job or not, you know what I'm saying? Having to have that structure every day, I feel like that's kind of, to me, that's someone that's not alive, and that's someone that's not living. One of the biggest things that I've learned with me just taking this risk of just trying to expose myself and live in my true power is I'm learning that, like what I was saying, time is not really the same. Like fear is not really the same. Like it's always a way. Like I like to say now, the Most High makes a way where there's no way. And honestly, like it's perfectly imperfect. And I feel like my mindset of what money is that, and I honestly feel like my financial freedom, like I feel financially free. I don't even worry about money as much as I did when I was actually making the residual income, and that's very interesting. I mean, I thank God that I'm in a predicament to be like this. I don't feel like everybody had this opportunity, so I must admit, like, don't be sitting there thinking that if it don't work for you, you have to still be wise. But the concept of money is different now, and material is different now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful that, that I'm able to push past that. You know what I'm saying? I think that is me breaking the generational curse because of just structure and of just feeling like we had to do what it was in the past. But I love that you're using your craft in so many different ways, and you still like you're being healthy, but you still like making sure that you're grounded to what.
It's moderation.
It is moderation.
You gotta take the pressure off. I went pescatarian for a year. It worked out, what I'm saying, but I celebrated that year by eating lemon pepper wings because I missed them. So it's just like moderation with everything. You can't really force yourself because those things just don't feel good to your soul, and you can't really fight against that. Once your soul, you go against things that your soul ain't with, then the universe is just going to allow you to do what you want to do, and that's going to be off of your path. When I know I'm off my path when I stop seeing my angel numbers. I know that's my universe telling me, all right, we've been here with you, and now you're just doing some other stuff. So until you get back in line, we'll be over here waiting, but we're going to let you do what you want to do. It's our free will. However, those are just things that I learned to pay attention to. So, I love to, it's all about balance to me.
So what's one thing that you can say, like with you quitting your job, that's different now?
I have a lot of time on my hands, and my license are currently suspended, so the way that I have to move around is just like sometimes I have to plan. I mean, most of the time I have a ride, but you don't want to you don't want to be a burden to anybody. You want to just kind of learn how to do these things on your own, and just it teaches you a lot in these moments too. It's nobody else's fault, or it's nothing. It's more so, all right, just because you don't have transportation as far as being mobile for yourself, there's still ways. So for me, it's just a challenge to see if I'm gonna keep going, if I'm gonna let not having a ride to the store stop me from making these Jello shots today, because it's not I'm going to the store, I'm gonna take the bus, but that's just a part of the process. So you got to do what you have to do regardless. And I do want to touch on the money thing with you too. I think it's the first thing people worry about is money. To be honest, I wanted to give my job a 2 weeks notice, and and simply because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get 3 more paychecks, like why not? And it was just like the universe was like, oh, because you gonna stay here against your soul's will for a check. So every day after I kind of made that decision, something worse happened every day that was forcing me out. So I did yoga on one Tuesday, still about a week and a half before I was gonna quit. So I did yoga on this Tuesday night. I had a partner on the left, a partner on the right. We had to hold hands and do like a real powerful breathing exercise. They recharged me so much that night. I literally woke up for work that Wednesday morning and I had no energy to get out of bed and get dressed for this job. And I didn't go against it that morning. I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just lay here and just rock it out. Like, I just laid there and I didn't feel bad about it. And then I called my angel numbers that whole day, and it was just kind of like, all right, you're back on the road. Like, let's do it. So really just committing to the decisions that you make and not looking back, because sometimes, you know, we get sent tests, you know. What if, you know, for me, my test has been like, sometimes I won't have the money for a certain bill until the day of the bill. Maybe just wanting to see if I was going to worry or do something stupid, or, you know, things that I used to do for this. 100. Now I've been sit still, wait, manifest, meditate, do the right thing.
And really try not to worry about what you can't control. You know, like, it's really, like, when I say faith, that leap of faith, that's
surrender.
You have to surrender and just accept, like, that you're in the place right now. And when you know you align, like, they're gonna make a way for you. Like, with my Airbnbs, like, literally, it's been times where, like, I didn't even know where I was gonna be at till the next day. Like, I was like, okay, I'm looking for it right now to go somewhere tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I worried about that shit. And it's just so funny now looking at just those experiences, how they made a way for me. But they be playing. And that's one thing. Like, you know, the spirits, a lot of people, when people are aligned, they like to highlight how things work, but they don't necessarily tell you all those little details of, like, the uncertainties within yourself. Like how you said, like, you worry about what the people telling you, and also what you're telling yourself. That's one of the biggest things. Like, I know that I'm doing something that benefits, and once in a while I get people like you to help me get validation and know that I'm doing the right thing. But it's a lot of days where I'm like, damn, like, because I'm not doing something that other people have done, it gives you like that, like, damn, what am I really doing? And especially because we're in a phase right now where we can't really see the future. It's kind of like we just relying on faith and relying on the fact that we have a purpose. I just want y'all to know that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this other shit really matter. And I think more than ever we're noticing that, because, like, once we get past that aspect of material gains and we realize that we can't really take nothing with us, it's really about how could we benefit each other. You know, I've been spending a lot of money, and now it's so funny. I think that it's beautiful because, like, I don't even look at money the same. Like, I really see it as energy, what it really is. And, you know, when you were saying earlier, you was like, you trying to figure out how to tap into the money to get it, like, you know you are, I could put you on. Because a lot of the times it's a subconscious thing. Like, even with me, I'm learning, like, you can have all the ways to make the money, but it still won't come if you don't feel like you deserve it. And also, if you don't train your brain, your subconscious brain, not just the brain that you feel like you hearing, like the subconscious from, like, when you was growing up, all those traumas that make you feel like you don't deserve it. You have to really, like, change all that spiritually and energetically so that you can attract it. But I do feel like once you have the purpose and you know that it's for you, like, all you gotta do is wait. You know what I'm saying? And you probably won't even realize when it does come.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Because, like, it'll be on time for sure. You know, you're going to have to wait for it, but it's going to be there when you need it.
Yeah, and that's why more than ever, I'm just grateful when I have something to eat. I have a comfortable place to sleep. That's one thing my spirits told me. Like, they literally told me, you're going to be meeting people, you're going to be stepping outside your boundaries, but you're always going to have a place to sleep. You ain't going to be having to sleep in your car. So just be comfortable with that, and that's where I'm going.
That's the beauty of it. Sometimes it's okay not knowing. I used to have a problem with not knowing.
Yeah.
And then not knowing was just something I couldn't control. Once you let go of, like, trying to control stuff, you just gotta let stuff happen.
Yeah.
It comes to you when you need it, and if it doesn't come to you, you don't need to know
at all.
You know, so it's just one of those things. We stress ourselves out and we worry so much about these things that it's not for us to even be worried about. You know, there's actual things that we need to worry about and be trying to figure out, and stick to those things. Let your universe literally take on the things that they will, you know. Don't be so hard on yourself with everything. It's like that simple, and people don't understand. It seems hard. It seems like the law of attraction isn't real. It seems like it doesn't work for everybody. It does. It really does.
But you have to believe, and also, like, it's just the concept of time. Even though I said it's not real, like, people need to realize that things don't happen overnight. Like, look how long it took for us to progress to where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about embracing the process. I feel like a lot of times as humans, because we have that free will and because we have the mental capacity, we feel like our job is to do other people's jobs. Like once you know about angel numbers and shit like that, like it's like almost disrespectful because that's their place, that's their job.
Yep.
We don't have to know about how we're gonna get there. We just have to
trust
and know. She got the job. We
congrats.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
You know what I'm saying? That's another thing because it's just so funny that people are just insecure about why things happen or why I'm in a place of being so uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable, if you're never in that place, you would never learn certain things.
What you need to learn too.
Exactly. Things that you
lessons,
would take.
Yeah, the lessons that take you to the next level are the lessons that are going to be the hardest to take in and to learn, and you have to, or you're gonna. I've been in cycles with things that I did not learn. Like I am 20. I'm almost 30. I ain't gonna say.
They said 30 is when you really start living.
That's what I was gonna say. So when I turn 30, I know that for me that means, oh my goodness, a family of duckies.
The mama like y'all.
Cute.
Oh,
I would,
that's so cute.
Wish I could take one.
No, them mamas get really aggressive.
I know she would probably eat me alive.
She don't play.
Oh no, I forgot.
Oh shit, you was like 30 is when you start living.
Oh yeah, 30 will be my new 20. I figure, I've definitely learned a lot of lessons. I've been through a lot. Faced some fears, faced some trauma, went to therapy, did a lot of inside work, spent so much time alone. Like, I went to LA all by myself. I didn't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's when my whole soul searching kind of happened for me back in 2017. I moved to LA 2016, August 2016. And I stayed there till like April 2017. And earlier of 2016, I got into this series called The Magic, The Secret, and all of those things. That's when I first, kind of really got into gratitude, being thankful for my freaking nails, my healthy hair, just everything like that. And, and learning about the law of attraction. So I started kind of practicing all of that 2016. With all that faith and everything that I learned that year alone, I moved to LA with $300. I made that work and, got a nice studio apartment, did everything like that, went out there and, didn't know anybody, but I learned about angel numbers, what I'm saying? My angel numbers never left me, and I was in the city of angels. So to me, that was for me to be alone out there, to gain all this knowledge, to know that I can be alone, to just push myself and really just know. Sometimes I didn't get my rent money until the day before rent. You know how stressful that is when you got a roommate and you got to be like, sis, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pass it to you tomorrow. But you're just like, yeah, I'll give it to you tomorrow. You just have that confidence. Like, yeah, I'm going to go get the money with her tomorrow. That's what that's what would happen every time. There's always a way, you can't just sit there and just think that sitting there and just begging or asking for something is going to work. You do have to put in the work. And it's when I say work, so for instance, even when I'm not working, I still put myself on a schedule every day. Like I wake up, like I am going to somebody's job, so I wake up, do whatever on the computer, spend time on the computer working on my business, then I go for a walk, then I go exercise, make sure I'm drinking water, meditate. There's still things that I know I have to do to get the things that I ask for, because if I'm just sitting there on my ass, how do I deserve
it's anything? Not gonna happen. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't know. Like me, I speak the future, and literally it's so beautiful when I see that shit play out for real. Like that's how I know it's real. But like you have to be what you want to be right now, and in every way that you can be. If you don't have the capacity to really be in that place, you better fake it till you make it. Shit,
fake
my
it.
computer was fucked up, whatever. I couldn't really do what I needed to do, but I'm on that computer doing what I can do at that time. And then by accident, like I ended up getting on a plane going to Vegas, and then I got my computer back. The shit was broken. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm trying, and then I ended up getting a computer that's like touchscreen, helping me do. It's like it's better, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like everything happens for a reason, even when it's kind of like not
when
how
it's
you
like
think.
When you see it as an L, it's really not.
It's not.
Really
it's a lesson. That's what that L is. So, anything else you want to add?
I make lemonade too, y'all. That's where the original brand came from.
Hey, let them know your IG.
Life gave me lemons, so I'm just squeezing these lemons. I'm making all type of shit. So my IG is with Love Golden, WITHLOVEGOLDEN. Hit me up for all your needs. I cook, I clean houses, I organize closets. Like I do everything. I really do. Respect. Every woman. So let's
and
get
I can tell just by this interview that she does it with love, and she does it like
love. That's all I got.
100% energy, and that's really what it's about. It's not about being perfect, but it's about being yourself.
It is. It's to me, it's like I treat people how I want to be treated, and 100. I still treat people how I want to be treated when they're not treating me how.
True.
I still be the same person. Just be you. don't try to treat somebody how they treat you. You know what I'm saying? The universe will handle that. Don't try to be karma for that.
Yeah.
Be you. You know, you'll attract people like you. So
100.
that's all.
Love tour shit.
Love tour shit.